Hello and welcome to our introduction to the owner portal. This is Michael Chimino from In Real Estate Next RE, and today I'll be showing you some of the features of your new owner portal. Firstly, in order to access the portal, you will receive an email from us shortly providing you with a link to log in and set up your email address and login details. Once those details have been set up, it's as simple as going to our website In Real Estate Next RE and clicking on the Renting tab and Landlord Login. That will take you through to the login page, as you can see here, where again you just provide your email address and password that you've set up and click login. Once you log in, you'll be greeted by the home page. As you can see here, the home page is broken up into three distinct sections. The first section being obviously a property snapshot. So this shows you obviously the number of properties that you own, the number of tenancies that are vacating. So if you have tenants that have either served notice or you've served them notice, they'll be displayed here. Number of tenancies in arrears. So if you have a tenant who is in rental arrears, it will summarise that here for you. And obviously number of properties vacant. So if you've already had a tenant vacate the property, it will display the number of vacancies here. The next section down is the property details tab. This is where, if you're a multiple property owner, you are able to change between properties. So as you can see here, this owner here has two separate properties, and it shows you the status of each of those properties. If you were to click into this one here, so Real Estate Street in Prahran, you can see that the property is rented, so not vacant, and the rental for this property is up to date. The lease term is displayed here, and as is the rental and the next due date of where their rent is paid to. It also shows the details of your property manager below. So it shows managed by, and this one here is managed by myself, and you can either call the person on the phone number provided, or you can send a message to them through the portal and they will receive a notification on their login. On the right hand side, you'll see income and expenditure. Now, we need to just bear in mind that this income and expenditure graph will only show amounts from August 2018, which is when the system went live. So any amounts prior to that will be nil. If you need to know what the amounts were prior to that, you can obviously contact your property manager located here on the left hand side of the screen. A good thing to note with this graph, and it's great because it does summarise the income and expenses for your properties, but you do need to bear in mind that it also is a total for all of your properties. So again, this property owner has two properties, so therefore the income and expenses displayed here is the total each month for both of those properties, not individually. We'll then go on to explore some of the menu options. So as you can see on the top left hand side here, you can select My Properties, and it gives you four separate options. The first of those options is the ownership ledger. In the ownership ledger, you can actually run a ledger, as long as it's from the 1st of August onwards, but you can run a ledger to show all the income and expenses for your property for a particular date. So this becomes really useful around end of financial year time, because you can generate a ledger for each of your properties, as you can see here, for the financial year to be able to provide to your accountant. So obviously you can contact your property manager and ask for that as well, but if your property owner is not available or you decide to do this first thing on a Sunday morning, then you've obviously got access to this 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. The next option down in that Properties menu, My Properties menu, is the Reports and Statements. So this is a repository of all of the statements that you've received from us via email on a monthly basis. And all you simply do is click the View button here to be able to view the statement, and you can also see the creditor invoices that we've paid for on your behalf. You'll be able to see each of those in detail and pull them up as a PDF document. The next item down is the Rent History tab. So the Rent History tab is brilliant because it shows you, again, a summary of each of your properties and what the rent has done. Now obviously, the system being fairly new, it doesn't show any historical changes in rental, but as time goes on, you'll be able to see more and more detail in terms of rental increases on properties and what the rental's done, especially with this handy little graph here on the right. So you can see here on this top property, Real Estate Street in Prahran, that the rental has been increased or will be increased on the 21st of February 2019, and the rental's going from $245 a week to $250 a week. That represents a 1.97 or 2% increase in the monthly rental on that property, and it will be displayed here on this graph as time goes on as well. The final option on this is maintenance requests. This is a handy feature that we've started to use with tenants, and we'll also be using with landlords now as well. So tenants have their own access to a portal. They'll be able to log maintenance requests through there along with photos, videos and any notes. Those maintenance requests come through to your property manager, and then your property manager can send that through to you either on your portal or via email for you to review and approve. Unfortunately, there's no maintenance items in here at the moment, but you will see those be completed as maintenance requests come up. You can also create a maintenance request yourself. So if you decide that you want a new oven installed in your property, you can create a maintenance request here and send through that maintenance request to your property manager and ask for them to install a new oven in the property. Finally, just on the top right hand corner here, just draw your attention to the little mail tab that's up there. This will show a little red circle and a number around it if you receive new items. So when you receive your statements from us on a monthly basis, you will get an email, obviously to your email address, your preferred email address, but you'll also receive that same email here, and it'll send you a notification through the Property Tree portal. So you can go back and look at all the previous emails that we've sent you and open those up and see the information on your statements. And obviously, you can go back into the system and see those as well. Thank you very much for listening this morning, and if you have any further questions on how the owner portal works, or if you'd like to provide any feedback, please contact myself at michael@ire.com.au. Thank you.